Welcome back. You're watching Plain Speak. Now, a jail term would typically mean a life devoid of freedom and common luxuries and in accordance with the jail rules, which are not only challenging but ensure that a prisoner's life is under constant watch. But if you're a VIP prisoner in India, your stay in the jail might not be all that tough. Case in point, in a photograph that went viral on August 25th, Kannada actor Darshan can be seen with a coffee mug in his hand and smoking, chatting with two rowdy sheeters. In another viral video, Darshan can also be seen making a video call from prison. The Karnataka government is currently under fire and has ordered a probe and suspended 9 jail officials. Remember, Darshan has been charged with murder of Renuka Swami. The question we are asking right now, isn't this mockery of the justice system? But remember, actor Darshan is not the only one. There are several others who've received VVIP treatments in Indian jails. They're jailed in money for laundering charges. And in fact, let me bring in the example of Aam Aadmi Party leader Satyendra Jain, who can be seen in that picture getting a massage inside Tihar jail. Also convicted in a rape case, Ram Rahim stayed in AC rooms that had access to even mineral water supply, a private assistant in the Rohtak jail. During her own jail term, Sasikala also received 5 rooms, a private cook and kitchen space in Bengaluru jail. Mind you, that's also been shared in a special report that was filed by the DIG prisons. During his own jail term, the former railway minister of the country, Lalu Yadav, had a TV, personal cooks and even customized meals in the Birsa Munda jail. And with that, let's now open up the question as far as the VIP privileges for actors. Is this mockery of the justice system or not? And with that, we'll quickly bring in our guests.
ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ಸರ್ ಪಶ್ಚಾತ್ತಾಪನೆ ಪಡ್ತಿಲ್ಲ
ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿ ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀನಿ ಅಥವಾ ಮಾಡಿದೀನಿ ಯಾವ್ದು ತಪ್ಪು ಮಾಡಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಅನಿಸೇನೇ ಇಲ್ಲ.
He is enjoying life as if he has been given a place to rest like a resort, not a jail. This shows the special treatment that Karnataka Congress government gives to criminals.
ಅಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳ ಮಟ್ಟದಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೆದಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಕೆಲಸ ಬಹುಶಃ ದುಡ್ಡು ತಗೊಂಡು ಮಾಡಿದಾರ ಏನು ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಎಂಕ್ವೈರಿ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ತೀವಿ. ಬಟ್ ಈಗಾಗಲೇ 7 ಜನರನ್ನು ಸಸ್ಪೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಇನ್ನು ಯಾರ್ಯಾರು ಸೀನಿಯರ್ ಆಫೀಸರ್ಸ್ಗಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರನ್ನೂ ಕೂಡ ಸಸ್ಪೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ.
I'm joined in by Madhu N. Rao, who's the spokesperson of the Karnataka BJP, Sanket Yenagi, who's an advocate and also backs the Congress party. Also joined in by Mr. Sanjay Sahay, who's a former ADGP of Karnataka. Many thanks to you, gentlemen, for joining in. Sanket Yenagi, if I could begin with you, what sort of a parallel government is running in the jails, considering criminal actors like Darshan, and of course we all know politicians like Sasikala have already enjoyed those kind of luxuries in the Bengaluru jail?
It's all because of the nexus between the officials of the jail and jail authorities and those who are inside the jail as the prisoners or the under trials. Sometimes they have the popularity or influence to influence them, by which reason they get all the facilities despite there is no provision as such under the law to get all these facilities, which are considered as a special privileges. Law does not discriminate between an offender A or B about the treatment to be given in the jail authority. And insofar as under trial prisoners are concerned, except the security reasons which are specified, there is no discrimination or distinction between them insofar as the treatment to be given to them. But in case there are certain things happening which are unpleasant in the jail, inside the jail, especially insofar as the privileges are being given, special treatments are being given, it is only the jail authorities who should be directly held responsible for having permitted it. And there are certain situations or circumstances wherein, because of the court order, certain interventions have been made. A special food has been given, diet food, so treatment. There are with the guidelines of the court and the court order, but this is not such a case.
All right, Madhu and Rao, is this just about a nexus within jail and only jail authorities to be answered? Because it's not just Karnataka, to be honest. We've seen this happen across jails. We've seen it being very rampant in Tihar jail in Delhi itself. But all those instances that we quoted, even Ram Rahim was given special treatment in the Haryana jail, which was very much under the BJP government of Mr. Khattar. So having said that, is this just about the jail authorities running a nexus within jail? Because we've seen suspensions happen today. Why can't those who...
Well, good evening, Akanksha. Well, coming from this point of the case, I think this is a El Chapo moment for Darshan, or a Pablo Escobar moment for the Darshan. I think this is uncalled for. Karnataka, there have been such examples happening, but very rare. But this happens especially when Congress government comes in. I really feel bad that when the administration collapses, this is going to happen. Now look at the Home Minister and look at the Chief Minister. Chief Minister is busy safeguarding his own case. Where is the Home Minister? And the crime against women is going so much increasing. More than 6,500 cases have been registered in Karnataka. And what has the police been doing? Nothing. They have not been given a free hand. And now we see such things happening, for which Parmeshwar comes out and says, well, we will take an action. And look at the statement of Mr. Priyank Kharge. He blames that there is a local adjustment. What is this local adjustment, Mr. Minister? I really do not understand. Is this how Mr. Siddaramaya's cabinet is functioning? Can't they have some force on the police force to control them as to see what is happening? I heard just about a week back, there was a check in the police prisons and all, and they confiscated few mobiles. And what happened to these? Is this the way it is functioning? We really question the intent of the police and also this government in having really good administration. This is what we are asking for at the least. And now you let alone Mr. Darshan, who is a he's not a convict though. He is an accused though. Whatever it may be. How can he be given a mobile phone? How can he be talking with a rowdy sheeter? How is it possible he is given so much of facility?
Those are very pertinent questions, and it's not a first. After having seen I'm going to quote the example of Sasikala, and there's in fact an entire 295-page inquiry report which about really Sasikala was moving around in the prison. There's also, they've also raised concerns that there were perhaps an amount of 2 crore rupees that was responsible for the kind of freedom that she had, where she was given cooks, she had an AC room. So it's not a first for this Bengaluru jail. And yet the government allows this kind of rampant disrespect for the law of the state.
First of all, what has happened is not a good precedent at all. It is very bad precedent, and one must accept the guilt, especially from the officer's level. And the Home Minister also is taking the matter very seriously, and he has already taken action also for inquiry. And I'm told that he has even suspended certain officials who are in response to and also congratulate media for having highlighted these issues which are happening in the jail. But one thing is clear, one cannot directly jump the gun and say that it is only the Home Minister who is providing all these facilities or the Chief Minister allowing this. No, it's not so. It cannot be so. And it's necessary influential people who are under trial.
Fair enough, but that nexus is operating underneath your government, Sanket Yenagi. It is underneath the government which is currently in power in Karnataka. But Mr. Sanjay Sahay, I'd like to bring you in. First of all, thank you so much for so patiently awaiting your turn. But Mr. Sahay, as the former ADGP in Karnataka, I'm sure you're very much aware of this report. that report and the observations that have been shared in that report, is this a complete failure on the part of what we are seeing in the Karnataka government? Because whether it is Sasikala or Darshan, we are seeing this is happening very much under the Siddaramaiah government in Karnataka. I'm going to also get into examples from other parts of the country, but Karnataka is in focus right now.
See, the question of is not of this report or Rupa's report, which was presented, all that was done quite in 2017, and based on that, there was Vinay Kumar committee report as well.
Yes.
And it was a, I think, single member committee which detailed most of the things and basically substantiated and we are seeing currently has been known, it has been a part of the playbook. It is very difficult to understand why it is becoming seemingly impossible to correct the correctional services itself. So that is the biggest problem which is facing, I think, the administration. Now, why it is happening is the issue. Now, the whole official machinery which works out there is in the control of the government, is in control of the prisons department. All things are happening on a day-to-day basis. Do we have audit mechanism? There is a CCTV in place, the whole CCTV network in place, and if we put what we call artificial intelligence and variety of other technologies like geofencing and facial recognition, you will be able to track every single inmate across the whole campus. Central. So the all seem to know. Why it is not happening is the question. If it is not happening, a broken investigative system and lots of things which happen during the judicial process. And finally, when he lands in the correctional services, that is the prison. And if this is the state of affairs, I think at one single point in time, it breaks our trust into the whole trust of the whole system.
But I want you to clarify it on record. Who's responsible for this nexus? Is this just the jail authorities who are responsible for such a nexus?
See, in India, we talk about ecosystem, we talk about systemic failure and all that. So it will be very difficult to say that precisely this person or this system is responsible for that. But at the end of the day, there is something called governance mechanism. And the governance mechanism is the state government, and below the state government is the prison administration. So broadly, it falls under their prerogative, under their area of responsibility. There is absolutely no denying that fact. So this is broadly as it stands.
Madhurao, could I bring you in on how, questions are also being raised at the BJP government for the kind of VIP treatment that Ram Rahim had received in the Haryana jail? What did the BJP government do that time?
Well, wherever it is bad. Now, see, let me come to this specific issue of Mr. Darshan. There have been reports where that he was somehow being contacted by the accused to get a help and all. Now, is this being the case? I think it shouldn't have been the Home Minister be, sort of a very taking a strict action or being very strict with respect to at least these things. I mean, why is this thing happening again and again? That's the basic question we've been posing. Akanksha, let me tell you, since past 1.5 years, there's absolutely no fear of law and order in Karnataka. It's been depleting, going down and down day by day. Now, this is the reason why people have taken for ransom. They know that nothing is going to happen. No action will be taken. It is only, everything is just being told that we will take an action. What action has been taken? Fair enough. It has happened. What action has been taken? I will tell you, after 2 weeks, everyone who was suspended will be reinstated back. What the attitude of this government is, like fake has happened, register an FIR. Someone scolded, register an FIR. After a lot of, halabulla, these people have registered 3 FIRs. Why did they not even register an FIR? Let them, after we made a lot of, sound about this, they registered an FIR. Everyone started coming and talking. Even the Chief Minister is on record. So what I want to say so much, that there has been depleting law and order situation in Karnataka. That must be accepted by the Home Minister. Let them please take action and forget about their own selfish motives.
Sanket Yenagi, I think the question over here is the Karnataka government? Have they been caught napping? Because that is the point that's now coming out. Were you waiting for that particular image, or was the government waiting for that particular image to go viral, for somebody to leak that image, and then for the government to actually sit up and smell the coffee?
As Mr. Sanjay Sahay has said, it's a vicarious liability of the government, and it's the responsibility of every government which is in response to the governance failure. One has to accept it. One cannot deny the fact. But ultimately, these are the things where the problems are being highlighted. One has to fix the problem, find the solution, see that it should not be repeated. But just making allegations...
But Sanket, that is exactly what's happened after Sasikala and that entire report on Sasikala. That entire incident is now being repeated. In fact, over here you have somebody who's being accused of a murder.
Now at least the government is able to see as to where they have gone wrong. How the report has not been...
I must say that it's getting from bad to worse, because as I said, now it's the case of a dreaded criminal. If it was earlier Sasikala who was in fact accused of blatant corruption, now you have a dreaded criminal.
That's correct. But I think the government has to wake up at least now from this deep slumber and to see some actions taken in the matter. Just say accusing someone or finding fault with some officers is not a solution. At the end of the day, one has to set the system right, and it's the responsibility of the government primarily. And in my opinion, it is not just the issue of one authority or one officer of one jail. It may be happening in other jails too. So at the earliest, the government has to look into this matter very seriously and address this issue and fix the problem for it.
Mr. Sahay, the other important concern that's been raised whenever we talk about VIP treatment being meted out to all these inmates, whether in the case of, say, a Vishal and Vikas Yadav in the Nitish Katara murder case, or a Sanjeev Nanda in the BMW hit and run case, Manu Sharma in the case of Jessica Lal murder case, all of them. What was particularly noticed was, how the granting of frequent paroles and furloughs. They are able to get out. Even in the case of actor Sanjay Dutt, he was able to receive several paroles during the 5 years that he was spending inside jail. Where is a mechanism to address these issues? And perhaps we need a proper mechanism, not just at the state level, but at the level of the...
You from whatever you have prompted me. I think that the jail administration across the country is in a pathetic shape. And it is very difficult to make out whether it is a correctional mechanism or it is to consolidate crimes or providing another scope for the criminals to live a life which is near normal, if not normal. The parole and furlough part of the story, I think it is well known. And any slight bit of understanding of the criminal justice system, more so the correctional services, would be nearly sure of the fact that these facilities operate. It can go even till remissions. These operates for the nature of criminals which you are talking about. Now, jails being under the control of the state government, having a mechanism at the national level to audit and to basically pass judgments over things are being done correctly or not correctly, as per the legal mechanism of the country, is not going to happen. What can happen if there is political and bureaucratic will? At the level of individual jail administration, there has to be a very standardized blueprint where technology is also used and the expertise and the legal mandate as it stands both in word and spirit. That has to be implemented. Not that the machinery is not available in this country. Machinery is available in the country. If you crack the whip, things can change within 15 days to a month. But if the feeling there is that you can get away, impunity of different kind. It is not the criminal only having impunity. It is also the people who are handling jail administrations and variety of other things in this country. So that impunity, that comes in way of providing the real criminal justice in this country. So that is where we stand.
All right. All right, I'd like closing thoughts from Madhu and Rao. Madhu, do you think that now it is time for the Union Home Ministry also to sit up and take notice of the entire situation? Because I know that much of the onus right now is being placed on the state, but considering the grand failure that this is resulting when it comes to state governments keeping a close watch on what jail administration should be like, I believe the best solution is the centre's intervention.
I only wish the Home Minister takes up but my only hope and my prayer is that the Congress does not say that it is a constitutional issue because center should not get into the state's aspect and something like that. But yes, state has to take an action. It is a whole and sole responsibility of the Home Minister of a particular state. But I hope the central mechanism also comes in, for which Congress also will agree to it, because this what is happening is really a mayhem in Karnataka.
Sanket.
Is a situation in every jail, and the government has to wake up, whether it's the central government or the state government, irrespective of their differences. One has to look at the solutions of the problem which are cracked in the jail authorities or which are happening in the jail, which are leading to multiple offences, because they may conspire also in the jail. So that may lead to some other reputation and society. That's how it should be dealt with. One cannot take it lightly.
And perhaps that is going to be real equality in the eyes of law, whether they are godmen, politicians, dreaded criminals, or even TV actors, or basically celebrities from the film industry. Many thanks to you, gentlemen, for joining in on CNN News 18. And with that, it's a quick wrap from me. Thank you so much for watching.